Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Unfiltered Mindset. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe, because today I want us to have a very honest, uncomfortable, and necessary conversation. A conversation about the future and the kind of people we are trusting with our lives. Because whether you want to accept it or not, the truth is becoming clearer every year. We are no longer producing professionals. We are producing degrees. We are producing people who want titles, not knowledge. Recognition, not responsibility. Comfort, not competence. You see, in the past, stepping into medical school was a moment of honor. It was a moment that demanded a different version of you. A version built on late nights, endless books, and curiosity that didn't die when the lecture ended. Our fathers, our mothers, our mentors, they walked into those institutions with hunger. Hunger to learn, hunger to serve, hunger to understand the human body, human suffering, and human healing. They were not racing to pass exams. They were racing to grow. But today, something has changed. Something big. Something dangerous. We now live in a generation where people want the label more than the learning. People who want the degree, not the discipline. People who want the status, not the sacrifice. And the saddest part? We are now watching students, especially in medicine, nursing, lab science, engineering, and all critical fields, rely on shortcuts to survive. Your future doctor, your future nurse, your future lab scientist, many of them are not studying. They are passing. There's a difference. They are not learning anything deep. They are not touching books. They are not practicing skills. They are not training their minds to think critically. They are simply doing what it takes to clear the semester and then forget everything the moment they walk out of the exam room. Today, many of them just open ChatGPT, copy answers, paraphrase, and move on. Assignments are done in 5 minutes. Essays are generated, not researched. Practical questions are answered theoretically because AI can explain it. Students are passing with distinctions without ever stepping into the library. People are writing entire projects without understanding even 30% of what they submitted. And here's the painful irony. AI was supposed to make learning easier, not meaningless. It was created to expand your mind, not replace it. It was meant to help you understand things faster, not escape the responsibility of understanding at all. But Gen Z didn't receive AI as a blessing. They received it as a shortcut, a cheat code, a crutch. Now imagine this. One day you fall sick, and the doctor standing in front of you is someone who passed anatomy through question papers and AI answers. Someone who skipped half the lectures. Someone who never practiced physical examinations. Someone who knows the textbook definition, but not the real-world application. Someone who never studied because AI will explain it. Someone who holds a degree, but not the knowledge that the degree represents. Imagine lying on a hospital bed, and the person you're trusting with your life is someone who spent their entire education scrolling reels, skipping labs, cheating assignments, and outsourcing their thinking to AI. A society can survive bad politics, but it cannot survive incompetent professionals. You see, universities today are becoming factories. Factories that produce paper. Factories that produce graduates, not thinkers. Factories that are filled with people who just want to finish school, not understand their craft. Many want to skip the process and jump straight to the salary, the title, the prestige. Ask students a real question beyond the exam structure. Silence. Ask them why they chose the profession. Silence. Ask them to demonstrate a basic skill. Shaking, guessing, hoping. We have created a generation that studies only when an exam is near, a generation that reads only to avoid failure, not to gain understanding. A generation that thinks knowledge is unnecessary because AI can do it for me. A generation that has information, but no depth. Memory, but no mastery. Confidence, but not competence. And the worst part is that nobody wants to admit it. Nobody wants to confront the truth. Not the institutions, not the lecturers, not the parents, not the students themselves. Everyone is pretending everything is fine, but deep down, we all know something is collapsing. We are losing the culture of curiosity. We are losing the culture of discipline. We are losing the culture of deep thinking. We are losing the culture of respect for knowledge. We are losing the passion that once built great doctors, great engineers, great scientists, great thinkers. In the past, a student could sit in the library for hours just to understand one chapter. Today, a student cannot sit for 10 minutes without checking their phone. In the past, people asked questions to expand their minds. Today, people ask questions to copy-paste answers. In the past, studying was a journey. Today's studying is an inconvenience. Reels have taken over. Addiction to shortcuts have taken over. Discipline has been replaced by dopamine, deep thinking replaced by scrolling, knowledge replaced by convenience. And I want you to understand something. A generation that refuses to learn will eventually be led by the blind, and a society that rewards shortcuts will one day collapse under the weight of its own incompetence. If you build a hospital with beautiful walls, but staff it with people who cheated through school, that hospital is a coffin. If you produce engineers who know formulas but cannot apply them, you are building disasters waiting to happen. If you graduate scientists who have never touched real equipment, your future labs are time bombs. If you create professionals who are allergic to learning, you are building a future where mistakes will cost lives. And yes, AI is powerful. AI is revolutionary. AI is the best educational tool humanity has ever created. But a tool is only as powerful as the person using it. And right now, the tool is being wasted on a generation that wants speed, not wisdom, convenience, not competence, comfort, not challenge. Imagine if students used AI to deepen their learning, to clarify doubts, to understand complex topics, to visualize concepts, to practice with examples, to expand on what they learned, to accelerate their growth. We could have created the most intelligent generation in history. We could have produced doctors, engineers, scientists, and scholars with knowledge deeper than anything we have ever seen. But instead, we created a generation of shortcut takers. And the saddest part? Many think they are smart. Many think they are skipping the unnecessary. Many think they are outsmarting the system. But the truth is, you can cheat an exam. You can cheat an assignment. You can cheat a report. You can cheat a semester. But you cannot cheat life. You cannot cheat reality. You cannot cheat the hospital ward. You cannot cheat the emergency room. You cannot cheat a patient in pain. You cannot cheat responsibility. You cannot cheat death. Life will always expose what you refuse to learn. So yes, the future is worrying because our future professionals, our future leaders, our future experts, many of them are being built on shortcuts, and society will pay the price. But here's the hope. Not everyone is lost. There are still young people who are hungry. There are still students who read, study, practice, and master their craft. There are still passionate learners. There are still those who choose discipline over distraction. There are still those who use AI the right way, not as a replacement, but as a reinforcement. And if you are watching this, maybe you are one of them. Maybe you are different. Maybe you are the reason the future is not completely doomed. Because one thing is true. A single committed person will always stand out in a generation obsessed with shortcuts. Discipline will always shine louder than convenience. Knowledge will always outlast trends. Curiosity will always win over laziness. And effort will always reward you in ways shortcuts never will. So before you chase a title, chase understanding. Before you chase a degree, chase depth. Before you rely on AI, rely on your mind. Before you pass the exam, make sure you deserve the result. Because at the end of the day, you are not just building a future profession. You are building the kind of person the world will one day depend on. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, share this message, and remember, the future is built by those who take learning seriously.